do you want me to? Want me to? So do you want me to? Want me to? What's your secret to being always smiling in those hard times? I'm gonna answer this open and honestly, and you guys are not gonna appreciate, or maybe you're not gonna like what I have to say, but I'm gonna be completely honest and transparent and answer this question. So here it goes. This is like, I'm doing the end of the video, like I called them after my makeup's already done. So it's gonna be all over the place. So yeah,
You're doing a video.
I'm doing a video right now, and I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
How do you think I handle my emotions? Like when something's bothering me, right? What do I do? Like, what's my secret, do you think? What do I do when I'm upset?
What do you do when you're upset?
Yeah.
Well, you definitely vent.
Okay.
And you vent for a while about it. And then at some point you get over it too. So you try to, figure out if it's you, if it's not, you kind of get over it.
Like even when I'm sad, same shit, right? I'm like, I'm sad about this, I hate my life, and then I just sit in that shit, right?
Yeah, I think one of the good things about you is that you don't hold anything in. So you always express yourself, whether angry, sad, happy, and you express yourself for a while. But
see,
you kind of get over it, you work it out.
That's what I was doing the video on. I'm like, let's see if everybody else agrees with me, because I don't know if I'm just saying this and it's not true, or whatever. So thank you for answering that. I'll see you in what time am I pick you up? In 20 minutes?
Yeah, 9:30.
Watch, let's call someone else. Let's see if I'm a liar, because I know I'm not. I know I'm one of those people.
Hello?
All right, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a video, and I want you to answer this question honestly, okay?
Okay.
When I get upset or sad or mad, or if I'm unhappy at something, what do I do to get over it?
It depends. If it's if you're upset over somebody, with somebody, you talk to them, or you kind of you need you need a break. So you will either take your time, you'll go in your room, or you'll go somewhere and just calm down, and then you'll come back and regroup.
See, that's exactly what I said. I said when I'm upset about something, I just live in that shit. I don't care. I'll just be mad at that moment or sad at that moment, and then I take as much time as I need to get back, because if I don't do that, it gets worse later. Yeah, so
you'll take your you'll have to go somewhere else. You leave the situation, leave the room. You take a little break, and then you come back.
And then I also say it, right? I'm like, yo, I'm mad. I'll be right back, right?
Yeah. You're I need to calm down here, and you'll just do whatever. But then you won't you'll talk about it.
Or even when I'm sad too, right? I just be sad, up front, I'm sad.
Yeah, when you're sad, you'll just sit there, and it's you're thinking in your head.
And I just allow myself to be sad, right?
Yeah.
I don't ever fake it. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't be fake. I'm not no fake bitch. If I'm sad, I'm gonna be sad. If I'm mad, I'm gonna be mad. If I'm happy, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna live in that moment. So.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, Lauren. I'm doing a video because one of my subscribers asked me a question, how do you stay happy during hard times? So I wanted to ask you, when I get upset, if I'm sad, mad, or something annoys me, or something's bothering me, what do you think I do to get over it?
You going to the gym, or the other weekend go for a drive, and then
so
sit by yourself and just think about it, and then you'll just get over it.
You see, everybody said the same exact thing. So I'm literally telling the truth, because I was like, let me ask people, because maybe the way I handle my emotions is wrong. Maybe I be blowing up on people and don't notice. But no. I usually just deal with whatever I'm feeling, right?
Yeah.
All right, that was it. Thank you, babes.
You're so stupid. This is like a mixtape. My voice on the camera recording. I feel like Drake.
You are Drake. You're my Drake. You're as valuable to me as Drake is to his fans.
What is the next sentence gonna be? That I'm a star? because you're trying to, what is the word? You're trying to brainwash me into getting a star tattoo.
My sister, and this is another story for another day, guys. Like, I've been trying to get sister tattoos, and we can't agree who's the sun, the star, and the moon. And I already know I'm the sun, she's the star, and my sister's the moon. But whatever, cool beans, whatever. We can't agree. But I think my sister's shiny, and like she's a star. Like,
I don't know why I don't want to get a star tattooed on me. I'm scared that it's gonna look lopsided.
That's what's that word I'm looking for? A very value, yeah, not value, yeah, legitimate reason. That's very legitimate. So
what did you just tell me to do? You told me to get the Hebrew one.
I never said that.
No, I'm talking about the guy.
Oh, all right.
The easy one.
Yeah. So yeah, I basically was just talking about like that, and you, Michelle, and Eve literally said all the same thing. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They didn't say like drive or go to the gym, because it is true, like when I'm upset I usually do go to the gym.
Yeah, that's stuff that I see because I'm here and I'm literally watching it.
But I don't realize I'd be upset. Like sometimes I just be like, I'm not in the mood, I'm gonna go to the gym, and I don't even like, that is something I really do. So all right, cool, thanks. Bye.
Welcome, boy.
All right, guys, you heard it from my friends and family, so that's literally what I do. But let me talk about it a little bit more. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those that don't know me, my name is Leslie, and today I am actually replying to one of my subscribers via video, because I felt like what she asked me is a little bit too deep to just comment back and ignore it. I want to make sure that I'm being completely helpful and authentic to you guys. I'm appreciative of my subscribers. I'm here to help, and that's why I started my channel. I want to empower women to be their best and feel their best at all times, all shapes and sizes. That's literally what I do. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I am going to the lake, and I always wear makeup, so don't judge me. Not always, but when I vlog I like to wear makeup because it just looks better on camera. So yeah, I am going to just put on some face and answer this question open and honestly, and then I'm going to give you guys some pieces of advice to help you through this question. So I'm going to read the question again to you guys so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, and then we're gonna jump all the way in. So if you guys enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, is really helpful. Hit the notification bell so that way you can see all my amazing videos. I do a whole bunch of different types of content. It's just this one's a little bit different because I am responding to a subscriber of mine that is consistent. This person is always commenting on my videos, so I'm really appreciative of you. Let me give you a shout out actually. Okay, so shout out goes to Technos Africa. Thank you so much for your love and support. I see you all the time in my comments, so I really appreciate you. So my subscriber's question was, what's your secret to being always smiling in those hard times? So so first and foremost, like I said in the beginning of the video, you're not gonna maybe agree with what I have to say, and you might not think that this is the best thing for you, but with me, I don't keep smiling through my hard times. I'm very much a person who keeps her feelings right on her sleeve. So if I'm going through a rough moment, don't allow people to tell you that you need to move forward really fast. Like when I'm going through a really tough moment, I sit in that shit and I feel that shit. I want to make sure that whatever I'm feeling at that moment comes out at that moment. I don't let that stuff stay inside of me. So if I'm sad and I feel like I have to fake myself throughout the day, I'll just take the day and be sad. And if anybody has a problem with it, I'd be like, I'm not in the mood. I don't stay smiley. I don't, like, if I'm not in the mood, I'll say it, and I make the people around me very aware, like, hey, like, I'm not in the best mood, so don't take anything I say personally. Or you know, if I'm a little bit more quiet than usual, or even if I don't address it in that moment, I'll come, like, even because this last week and a half I've actually not been myself. I'm usually a lot more outgoing and talkative, and I just haven't been feeling it. So I just been in my own space, and I don't care. I will be in my own space, and if my friends and family have a problem with me, you know, taking space for myself, then that's not my problem, that's their problem. And your friends are gonna love you for who you are. So if you are taking space, they're gonna appreciate you for doing what you need to do for you. They're not going to resent you or be selfish. So the friends that I have, they pretty much know when I just want my space. And even with like YouTube, like there's days where I'll just stay on the couch all day and watch TV and I don't do anything else. Like that's literally all I do all day, and I will sit in my feelings because people like to say like, oh, like move on. If it's not gonna affect you in 5 years, then don't think about it for more than 5 seconds. Like that's like sort of one of those things that people say, but it's like you don't know how I feel. Like I don't care if it's not gonna affect me in 5 years. It's upsetting me right now, so I'm gonna deal with my emotions. I'm gonna say like, yo, like I'm not in the mood, leave me alone. Because that's just how I am. I'm not like a fake person. I'm not going to pretend that I'm good when I'm not. Like I'm just not. So like my first piece of advice would be like, yo, take that shit in and feel it. Feel whatever you feel. Allow your body to feel whatever you feel at that moment, and sit in that shit. Just be like, yo, like I'm sad. Like I remember when I was in a relationship and we broke up. Most people take like a really long time to get over like breakups and stuff like that. They take like, you know, maybe a couple of weeks or months because they kind of like either isolate themselves from the whole world, and then when they see people, they act like they're okay. Like I'm not gonna act like I'm okay. I'm not. So I think for like a full 24 to 48 hours, it wasn't even that long, like maybe like 24 to 48 hours, I was legit sad, and my friend came to check on me every day for like those 2 days, and I would cry when I want to, and she would be like, oh my god, you know, and then I would stop, and then I would just, you know, I wasn't in the mood of trying to pretend that I was okay when I know it wasn't okay. So, and she knew that, and she just sat there and let me do it. Like I literally take the time to deal with my emotions, so that way a month from now when everything's fine, I don't have like a mental breakdown and I'm freaking out on people because I didn't deal with my emotions when it happened. I just feel like it's a better way of handling your emotions instead of waiting until it's last minute to feel like you have to deal with these emotions. Like I don't agree with that. Like I actually have a couple of friends that like to hold in their emotions. Like they'll be upset with me or they'll be upset with someone else, and instead of telling me like right when I do whatever I do, they hold on to it for a really long time, and then they wait for something else to happen and then something else to happen, and I keep doing the same thing to them, but I wasn't even aware like you were upset, or you didn't even give me an opportunity to like fix or address what was bothering you to begin with. So I make it a point that if something's bothering me or if I'm upset, I make sure that I acknowledge it. And I tell people like, yo, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood, or you did this to bother me. Like, or right then and there, I'm like, why did you do that? Like, that's weird. Don't do that to me again. Like, I won't be your friend if you do some mess like that. Like, and even if it has nothing to do with me, like if someone's around me and they're doing something I don't like. So for example, I was in college and there was this girl that I didn't really like her anymore, but there was this girl that everyone was bullying like on Twitter, and I didn't really have a Twitter, but I just kind of knew what was going on, and I was like not fucking with it. I was like, yo, like y'all are bullying this girl on social media, y'all are fake, and if y'all keep doing it, like I'm not gonna be your friend no more. And they were like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm dead ass. Like you're not about to bully this girl like on social media, and there's like 6 or 7 of y'all making fun of her. I think she was going to like a concert or whatever, but regardless of whether I like her or not now or then, like she's going to a concert. I think it was like Justin Bieber or something stupid, and everybody's like, oh my god, she's so lame for going to a Justin Bieber concert. And it's like, if she wants to go to a fucking Justin Bieber concert, let her. I don't care if you guys don't like her or not. You guys are being bullies and I don't appreciate it. My makeup is a little bit lighter because I have a tan, but it's fine because I'm just going on a boat anyway. It could be a little bit lighter. Anywho, yeah, so I at that moment saw how they were treating this girl, right? I was like, y'all need to stop. And right then and there, I told them I addressed the problem, and I said, this is going to be the consequence if you keep doing it. I'm not one of those people to hold on to things and think about it. I'm gonna tell people like, yo, another thing, like I have a couple pet peeves. I'm like, yo, I don't like when you come late to my house. If someone says they're gonna be at my house at a certain time, if you're not there by that time, I'm gonna be annoyed. That's how I am. I've always been like this. This is nothing new. So my friends know that, like, if you come late and you don't let me know, and I'm late all the time. I'm late all the time. I'm not saying like I'm perfect and I'm never late. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, if you say you're gonna come to my house and you don't show up, or if you say you're gonna be here by 8 and then you're not here by 8, like, I usually have a problem with that. But I'm the person that will tell you up front, like, I don't like that. So, not to get off topic, but I guess, like, the first part of me answering your question is just like, yo, be upfront about how you feel and acknowledge it in that moment. Deal with it at that moment. If it's something like really, really deep, like where you're not sure about how you feel mentally, then, you know, you do want to reach out to like a therapist, because I actually see a therapist via telehealth. This is something I've always done though. I've always went to see a mental health therapist on my phone, believe it or not. So I also, like, I'm not one of those people to hide, like, if I'm sad, like I said before. So I'm gonna go get mental help if I need mental help. Don't let people make you feel like, oh, there's something wrong with you, you're crazy, or anything like that. Like, if you feel like you need to talk to someone, then talk to someone. But if there's one thing I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna fake it till I make it. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm okay or cheese through a video. Like, if I don't feel like filming, I'm not gonna film. And if I do film and I'm not in the mood to film, it has to be like a really factual video. Like, I could do a haul in a bad mood. I could do like certain videos where I'm not like, I couldn't do this sort of video if I was like in a bad mood. I'm not gonna vlog if I feel like I'm just annoyed. Or sometimes I'll vlog through my anxiety and stuff like that, but majority of the time I'm very, very upfront about how I feel, and I'm not going to do something I don't want to do. This is your life. You only get one life to live, and if you're sitting here pretending and not dealing with the issues that you're having, then, you know, you're gonna fake your whole life, and you're gonna be old and being unhappy in your old age. That was one of the things that I noticed, is that mental health is an issue in my family in general. And I'm not gonna say like who has mental health issues, but there's a lot of people who have depression and anxiety and all this stuff. So when I get into my feelings, I'm like, yo, like, there's a link genetically to me on both sides of my family that I need to take care of this. Even with my, like, people know this, I'm so open about talking about like my mental health. So like, one, if you're like unhappy, be unhappy. Don't fake it. I don't fake it. Just because, you know, you guys don't get to see my life 24/7. Like, you get to see me on camera and you're like, oh, like, she's always so happy. Like, it's not true. Like, I just did a vlog where I took a pregnancy test and I was like unhappy, and I was just like, I don't care what nobody thinks about it. If you don't like that I'm not happy, it's not how I figured my life would be. I didn't know that this is where my life was going, so I wasn't happy. Like, I didn't think like this is where I would be. So yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, everything's gonna be fine. Like, no, like, I'm unhappy, this is how I feel, and if anybody has a problem with that, like, you come live my life then, because nobody knows your life or what you're going through, only you do. So like, you have to have, like, you think these things that you do on a daily basis to help you through those times, because what happens is that you'll have more of those bad times if you don't have a way to handle, you know, putting yourself in a good space, because nobody else is going to put you in a good space. You have to put yourself in a good space. So there's a couple of books that I recommend, like The 4 Agreements is one of my favorite books. I'll link it in the description box. And I love that book because it basically tells you, like, you know, it's up to you to feel how you feel about yourself. How other people feel about you is none of your business. It tells you to be impeccable with your words and things like that. So how you speak to yourself, everything like that is very, very important. So I try to practice being positive. So every time, like, not every time, but sometimes I say like negative things, I try to like cancel it out. My friend Axel actually taught me that. There was this guy, and every time he says something negative, he would say, cancel, cancel, because you don't want to put that out into the universe. You want to put only like good stuff into the universe. So reading self-development is really, really helpful for me. Listening to self-development. If you're a religious person, listen to like sermons. I'm a Christian, so I really like to listen to Elevation Church. I'll link that in the description box as well. There's also this book called Outwitting the Devil. There's things, that book That audiobook is so good. It's like a play, so I really like it. It's enjoyable to listen to, but I like that because it's basically telling you like all the things in the world that can control people without you knowing you're being controlled. So I just really like how it kind of changes your mindset on the world and life and things like that. So that's also a really good book. But I listened to a whole bunch of different self-development. Grit, You Are a Badass, You Are a Badass with Money, The Devil's, Outwitting the Devil, How Successful People Lead. Like, I have all these freaking books in my phone because I want to make sure, like, if I'm feeling some type of way, that I have a tool. Even the Bible's a really good tool if you're not feeling really hot. I am, you know, putting good energy into my brain because you have to train your brain to think a certain way. Like, when bad things happen, like in the beginning, it takes a lot of time to recover, but when you start to train your mind, the recovery time gets shorter and shorter. So things that used to bother me and I used to be depressed about for like a month only might upset me for 5 minutes because I've developed my mind to understand, like, okay, this is what happened, this might be a blessing, so let me move forward. But if you're not always continuously putting good energy or training your brain to think a certain way, your brain is going to run without you and do what it wants. You have to put your mind on autopilot. You know, you can't just let it be on manual. You want to have like a Tesla brain, you know, or you know how airplanes, like pilots don't actually like fly the plane. You know how much turbulence would be if a pilot was always manually driving a plane? They don't. They put the destination in and the plane takes you there. And all they need to know is how to take off and land. So you want to get to the point where this is where I'm at. I'm taking off, like I'm opening the book, that's you taking off, and then my destination's here. You want to continuously, you know, be practicing self-development and regaining your mindset and learning how to handle situations better, because that's going to change your life. It's going to change everything about how you feel about the world. If you have any questions about any of the books, or if you want me to give you any book suggestions, the first book that I want you to reach out and read would be The 4 Agreements. I will, like I said, link it in my description box. Everyone should buy the book, and also get like an Audible subscription, because you want to always be listening. If you don't like to read, you can listen. You can be in the shower. Sometimes I listen to these books when I'm doing cardio, things like that. I've been trying to get through Grit for a while now. It's just that book is very, very educational, and they talk about facts and figures and stuff like that. So it's a little bit not enjoyable to read, but it's fine. Like, I have all these freaking books in my Kindle app, you know. It's just like my tools. Like, oh, I'm not feeling too hot, let me go into my tools. And every time I open up an audio book or read 10 pages of a book, I always feel really, really confident and good. Because I used to like snap on people all the time. I used to be like snippy. Now I'm just like, I'm not in the mood. Like, no offense to you, you didn't do anything. I'm just letting you know, like, don't try to talk to me about nothing, because we're not gonna get anywhere. I'm very much a talk about it later. Like, if I get mad in an argument, I don't like to talk about it before. Like, when I used to argue with my dad, I used to want to like have it out right then and there. But now, like with and I've learned this, because that's how things get violent. You're mad, you say all the wrong things, people want to throw low blows at you. I don't throw low blows. Like, I don't, like, if you're mad at someone or you're in a bad mood, like, I'm not gonna call you stupid, dumb. Like, I'm not that person. But people like to do that to me, and I take that shit in, and I remember that, because that's how you feel about me. Whether you said it out of mad, like being mad or not, I'm gonna internalize that and understand, like, yo, this is how this person feels about me. So I try not to say anything that's hurtful during arguments or anything like that. Like, I'm very much like, I'm not in the mood. I don't want to say anything I don't mean. So, but once you say something, you can't take it back. So yeah, I mean, like, I hope that was helpful. I don't think that people give the sort of advice that I give, because I think that everything is so, like, what's that word, like, toned down. Everybody wants to be like, oh, like, I'm not a therapist, like, I don't know, but that's just like what I do personally. Like, I've been that person to be depressed and in bed for like months out of a time. Like, I've been that person to have like really bad anxiety, or, you know, snap on people and handle my emotions. I used to do that blow up thing where I'm mad about one thing, and then 4 months later I blow up, and then I'm bringing out all the stuff that they did to me and the reason why I'm blowing up at them now, even though it happened so long ago. So I don't want to be that person. Like, I don't want something to bother me and I can't tell that person up front. And then also, like, you start to learn who your true friends are, because you can, if you tell them like, this bothers me, and then they actually change their behavior, then you know, like, yo, they're the one for me. But if you are mad at someone and you don't say nothing and you have an issue, and that's my thing with people too, like, I'm not a read between the lines person. Like, I'm very upfront. And you can't assume that other people are really good at reading in between the lines, because a lot of people aren't. Like, they'll think you'll be on 2 separate pages just because you won't speak up about how you feel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really wanted to be like transparent and like open and honest, so that way you guys, you know, could really know how I handle things. Like I said, I'm so upfront, like, with how I feel. I never feel like I need to hide how I feel ever. And you know, I hate when people take their frustrations out on me, so I'm not gonna do that to other people. I'm gonna tell you what's up. Like, if something you're physically doing is bothering me, I'm gonna tell you, like, don't do this no more, because I don't like it. And if they don't respect it, or if you're like going through something that was not on purpose, like a death, like I said, just be sad and, you know, keep it pushing. Don't ignore it, because it will come back to bite you in the balls later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you loved it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video.